Human being life is always linked to a dilemma, but there is 17 most important issues that we should deal with, defined by OECD and international community in Agenda of 2030 for human being survival. For our part, we choose to talk to you about human problem number 2, which is hunger. As a problem isn't a problem without solution, but at the same time, we will give you solution across our project named FITANA in order to end hunger in the world by providing safe, adequate, and sufficient food to the most vulnerable, undernourished, and insecure food people. That leads us to the project FITAN. What is FITAN and how it can stand to hunger dilemma? FITAN is a project from Madagascar named FIAGIN, IFAAGN, UTAAGN atau AVIL. FIAGIN for business, IFAAGN secured future, TAAGN will serve as model, atau AVIL will allow to live in security. FITAN conveys an idea of working to ensure better living environment, a crossing from difficult life to a decent life. Its goal is to reduce and then eradicate undernourishment and food insecurity in the world through revival of sorghum cultivation, which is a crop of high nutritional value and easier to produce, refers to difficulties posed by climate change. Why sorghum? We chose sorghum thanks to its technical, nutritional, and financial aspect. As agriculture stayed the first source of food for human beings, rural world have more and more difficulties to produce the three main cereals today: means, wheat, rice, and maize, face to problems posed by climate change. For example, irregular precipitation. Technical aspect. Technically, sorghum can stand to climate change. In fact, with low water requirement between 450 and 650 millimeters compared to rice, water requirement between 800 millimeters and 1400 millimeters. The same for fertilizer. Sorghum demand in fertilizer is very low quantity, which permit to preserve life in soil and soil fertility in order to ensure sustainable agriculture. Nutritional aspect. Nutritionally, sorghum has a high nutritional value, especially in protein, fat, and energy, which constitute the primary building block of human body needs for muscle and for every cell from bone, skin, and hair. Compared to rice protein, which is 7.3 grams per 100 grams, sorghum content in protein is higher, 8.3 grams per 100 grams. In terms of energy, sorghum provides the same energy as rice, means 384 kilocalories per 100 grams. With its nutritional characteristic, which is rich in proteins, fat, and energy, sorghum can meet food needs for undernourished and severe food insecure people. This project can take place all over the world, but for our part, we chose Madagascar, country victim of undernourishment and food insecurity. In Madagascar, sorghum is mostly cultivated in Anjouy, the driest region where rice cultivation isn't possible due to technical support and climate change. Even sorghum is for the dry region, its culture is possible in the littoral, like the mountain region as Ankaraj, where our project will take place, especially at Itas. Itas, one of the regions in Madagascar where Anjouy population migrate. Financial aspect. Financially, based on FAO statistic data for Madagascar, sorghum cost of production is lower than rice. We've done some research and projection based on FAO data concerning sorghum production. With improvement work, sorghum yield augmentation can be estimated from the following projection. We can see that research takes 4 years lead to an average yield of 2 tons per hectare if before we vote improvement work, yield was around 0.74 tons per hectare. With this improved yield, we can adjust the cultivated area by reducing for rice. Let's remember our target. By 2030, end hunger and ensure access by all people, in particular the poor and the people in vulnerable situations, including infants, to safe, nutritious and sufficient food all year round, and by prevalence of undernourishment and prevalence of moderate or severe food insecurity in population based on food insecurity experience scaled. According to our study, to have enough energy, one person needs to eat 183 kilos of rice per year, mean 183 kilos of sorghum per year. And for 1 hectare, it can give 2 tons of sorghum, mean 2 tons of food. 1 hectare can meet 9% food need per year, mean for one family. And for that, it can end or moderate severe food insecurity. By keeping rice cost of production, we can increase our area of production for sorghum, and by the same time, we can feed more persons. More precisely, plus 2 people. If for rice, cost of production for 1 hectare can feed 9 people, for sorghum cost of production for 1 hectare of rice can feed 11 people, mean plus 2 people. So for 100 hectare cost of production of rice can feed more 200 people for sorghum production. To implement this project, there are some measures to take. For example, increase budget allocated to agriculture department, revalorize rural wards, make a variety research and development, put in place seeds bank, create a sorghum planting model, modernization of farming way of production by new technology, and land ownership law and strategy reform. For the stakeholders, participants are government, public and private sectors, beneficiary population, and international partners. The aim of this proposal is to put sorghum as a substitute for rice and maize, especially for developing countries. To sum up, sorghum is economic, full of nutritious, easier to produce, and ecological. It's efficient and effective to end hunger and ensure food security. Sorghum, food for all!